Hello.
Great.
What happened?
I don't know. I hit show and it didn't play. That's all right.
Well, good evening, Marmeisters. Nice to see everybody. Decided we're going to come on and do a little bit of a live on Quinton Simon today. And I've already seen Kristen behind the grime door. She's like, man, this case just sickens me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty sad.
Hi, Pam.
You know, what really
Jill,
gets me.
how are you? DC?
What's up, D? Truth Crime with Shannon. Raggedy. Nice to see you. Polygraph.
From Missouri. True Crime Housewife?
You're froze up.
Who is?
You are.
Well, then you talk.
I am. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but after sitting there thinking about this case, Marv, you know what really sickens me the most about this case?
What?
Is it that the law enforcement was out at that damn landfill looking for this baby for what, like a week to 10 days or something? And the mother and the grandmother are at the bars partying it up like it was no big deal. That
that made me sick.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is if you don't want the child, give it up for adoption.
Exactly.
There's families out there that can have kids, you know.
Well, yeah.
You know, and I had to do that when I was married to my first wife. We were just not ready to have a child. We weren't going to abort it, so we gave him up for adoption.
Yeah.
You know, it was the hardest thing to do, but we knew it was the best thing to do.
Right.
And that was back in the early 90s. Yes, Kristen, you're correct.
Yes, this little boy was 2 from Georgia. And
he's a little cutie, too. Little cutie.
He is. He's so adorable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Play.
Who could do anything to him? I mean, come on. He's so cute. So in late November, the FBI confirmed that remains were found in a Georgia landfill belonging to missing toddler Quinton Simon, ending a 2-month saga that started following his disappearance on October 5th, 2022. Authorities were confident Simon's remains were in the landfill, but the chances of finding him were low. Landfill searches are successful only 5% of the time. That's a very low statistic.
It makes me wonder if they got all of his remains or just partial remains.
I heard partial, not all.
Nice to see you,
you know,
Jen.
the FBI, huh?
Jen's in.
Oh, okay. The FBI confirmed through DNA analysis the bones. Okay, so this is why I said partial. The bones found in the Superior landfill are those of missing 20-month-old Quinton Simon. They never said his whole body was found. They just said bones.
I have never heard of a body decomposing that quick down to the skeletal remains.
Right. So that made me think, what the heck is going on?
Right. What did she actually do to this child?
Well, that's coming up. So he was born in 2021 to Leilani Simon in Alabama. And the father's name was Henry Bubba Moss. And after she reported him missing, she pointed them to the father, alleging he snuck in her grandmother's residence and took the baby. Police told me Leilani said I came and got him overnight. Bubba lives in Girard, Georgia, a rural town 85 miles away from the Savannah home Quinton and his mother lived in. Bubba told Daily Mail that she and Leilani met. It says she, but it's supposed to be he.
No, I was giggling about the Daily Mail. I'm like, really? Here we go again.
They met in 2019 and started dating. Leilani got pregnant in 2020, but kept it from him, adding that she gave birth to Quinton in Alabama in January of 2021. He was happy, always smiling, Bubba described Quinton. He really didn't scream a lot. He was a good baby. So the relationship fell apart due to her constant drug use. She did cocaine every day, all day, as much as she could, Bubba said. When she didn't get no money for me to get drugs, she'd go crazy. So then she slept with other men for drug money. Bubba
She's out there tricking.
What?
She's out there tricking for drugs.
Yep. Bubba put up with her until he was served with an arrest warrant for a crime he didn't commit. The authorities based the warrant on testimony from Leilani, who falsely accused Bubba of criminal activities. According to the phone recording obtained by the Daily Mail, Bubba told Leilani, "I'm saying, why did you do that? Though, I know, but damn, you shouldn't be lying and everything else. That we'd be together and everything else. I got lucked up. I mean, it's effing stupid." Yeah, I guess so.
Yep. Thank you, Kristen, for the super chat.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you too, and your loved ones also, Kristen.
Yes. So basically, this is just telling of the story of the two of them breaking ties and her whole... Yeah. He says, "I can't even walk out and appreciate my own son's memorial or put down gifts that I got for him. I can't even go out there and do that without harassment and negligence and everything. It's just devastating to see that this is how the outside world reacts."
Crazy.
Bubba told the Daily Mail that Leilani was faking grief for the camera. He reportedly stopped by her residence after meeting with the police and found everyone high. Leilani further tarnished her reputation in the eyes of the public when she was spotted enjoying drinks with her mother on Tybee Island. They were having a great time like they didn't have a care in the world. They were drinking Patron shots in the deck area, being loud and laughing. It's almost like they were trying to draw attention to themselves. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's just awful.
Is that her mother right there?
So I'm bringing... Huh?
That is mother. Yeah, there's his mother. Can I reach through and throat punch her?
Yeah. So I pulled up a bunch of articles because some of the stuff I heard and some of it I didn't. So this one, I think we all pretty know. Quinton Simon was already in a dumpster when his mom called cops. Court docs. So on October 5th, she called the police in a panic, claiming that her toddler was missing from their home, insisted that he had been abducted. But while the 23-year-old's claim spurred national attention and a relentless search, authorities say that by the time Simon called the police, she had already already allegedly killed Quinton Simon and thrown his body in a mobile home dumpster. That's crazy. The harrowing allegations are among several revealed in Simon's indictment on Wednesday after a Chatham County grand jury indicted the mother on 19 charges in connection with the 20-month-old child's October death. Among the charges detailed in the indictment obtained by the Daily Beast include malice murder, concealing the death of another, false report of a crime, and false statements to police.
I'm surprised they didn't get her for abuse of a corpse.
They might have. That was just a few of the charges. There's 19.
True Crime Shannon's got the actual documents. Send them over to us, we can pull them up. Hold on a second.
Yeah, Kristen, I have not read the indictment yet. I plan on doing that this weekend. I can just imagine how hard it was. And maybe that's why I've been hesitant to do it, because it's going to hit hard. But so it says, and the details of the case are anything less than jarring, including how many times Simon allegedly lied to police throughout the investigation and that she may have been on drugs at the time of the murder. Well, it sounds to me if she did drugs all day long, every day, more than likely she was on drugs on this day. The indictment alleges that on or around October 5th, Simon murdered her son with an object that caused cruel and excessive physical pain. That same night, prosecutors say that in an attempt to conceal her son's death, Simon discarded him in a dumpster, which hindered the discovery of whether Quinton was unlawfully killed. So we know that after she did this, she texted the babysitter at 6 a.m. to inform her that he would not be coming in that day, before calling authorities about 3 hours later to say that the 20-month-old was missing. The indictment states that when authorities were at the house, Simon admitted that she left their house in the late night hours of October 4th to meet her drug dealer, falsely stating that the purpose of this meeting was to pay an existing drug debt.
Not surprising to me.
She went to buy drugs.
Yeah.
Simon also falsely stated that the only controlled substance of which she was a regular user was marijuana, and that she only smoked in the last 24 hours. Later, the indictment said that she admitted to using controlled substances the night of October 4th. She allegedly lied a third time, claiming that she left her house in the early hours of October 5th to meet a friend, Misty, to obtain Oragel, a topical pain reliever. The indictment states that Simon claimed she met her friend at a Chevron service station before later changing the story and allegedly stating they met at a mobile home. So it sounds like this mother gave them the runaround.
She knew what she did, and she was using every possible excuse or anything she could do to throw them off track.
Right.
It almost sounds like she had no soul whatsoever when it came to her child.
No. That's awful.
I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I've done my share of my drugs in my lifetime, and I know when it comes to your children, for me personally, my kids were still on my mind when I was doing my drug thing back in the 90s, in the early 2000s. So she must have been really, out there when it came to the drugs. It must have really screwed her brain up or something.
Yeah, because, well, it says in reality, Prosecutors allege she went to the mobile home to discard her son in a dumpster. Simon later said in a police interview that she only discarded normal household garbage in that mobile home trash.
Who said this again?
The mother, Leilani.
Oh, okay.
The indictment also alleges that Simon even went as far as to suggest that it was actually her then boyfriend who left their home overnight. Later, in an October 8th interview, she admitted that it was her, not her former boyfriend, who left the house to the mobile home to meet her friend. Then, on top of it all, she states she did not remember what she had done at the mobile park.
Wow.
Yeah.
Indy Pam, I'm not really sure if the GMA was on drugs, but if you want to consider alcohol drugs, I would have to say yes. Because the mugshot that we've seen of her, she looked like she was 2 sheets to the wind.
Well, so then it says, but despite early indications of Simon's changing story, police began a massive citywide search that included searching a landfill. Later, a video obtained by WSAV showed Quinton's grandmother, Billy Joe Howell, barging into his babysitter's home, demanding to know where her grandchild's whereabouts. But she had already had a feeling and thought that her daughter did something. So why is she barging into the babysitter's house demanding something?
You're talking about the mother, right?
No, the grandmother.
Well, that's what I mean. The grandmother. I'm pretty sure she probably already knew, but was just playing the role to make it look like they didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, and she was screaming, "My baby's not dead." Howell, who at the time had custody of Quinton and his siblings, yelled in the video, "You got Quinton. You have Quinton." Howell was arrested this last week on a charge of contempt of court that is unrelated to Quinton's death. So I want to know exactly what contempt of court charge she has, if it's not even related to this case. And what exactly did she know about Quinton's disappearance then?
Right. Did she live with her mom?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought. Just put it this way, ladies. I know it's a hard thing to do, but
custody issues. Okay.
So who did the grandmother have custody of?
Quinton and his siblings.
Really? Okay.
The grandmother actually had custody of him and his siblings. The daughter lived with her, and at the time the grandmother was trying to get the daughter kicked out and evicted. And then before she could evict the daughter and her boyfriend, that is when Quinton went missing.
Wow. It just goes to show, ladies, there's always an alternative. If you don't want a child, there's always an alternative. Honestly.
So then Grandma says missing Quinton Simon may have drowned in the bath while Mom was high.
Well, too bad we're going to know the cause of death.
Yeah. So the grandmother thinks he drowned in the bath after his mom, Leilani, passed out while high on drugs. And she says, I feel like something happened while Quinton was in the bathtub and he drowned and they were both high. So is this baby getting high off of her fumes, or I don't quite know what that means. They were both high, meaning Quinton and the mother. You're on mute, Frank.
Pamela Tate says 2 boys and the daughter lived with her. She had custody 1 week before Quinton went missing.
And the father is stating they should have just called the police if something like that happened, which I agree. But if you're high as hell, man, you do stupid crap, said Billy Joe in the recording.
True. And the way I look at that is if they would have done the right thing, they wouldn't have been charged with murder. They might have been charged with neglect, causing bodily injury, or causing death.
And how do you go in front of a TV station and say you want him back in your arms? That's what we want when you know that you've killed him.
She was probably high as hell then, too.
We're just hoping that he's in somebody's house and they're feeding him, and maybe they want a baby or couldn't have a baby. I mean, come on.
Oh, wow.
Howell said during the same interview, we want something great to come out of this, but mostly we want him not to be found in the landfill. Well, he was found in the landfill. On the call, the mother, now this is the grandmother, who once tried to evict Simon, her boyfriend, and her grandchildren from her home, told Moss that police think her daughter might have gone into a traumatic state and blacked out after Quinton died. It's not her saying she don't remember. That's what police told her, and that's what they told me. Howell told Moss. Howell has said that her family is deeply flawed and once compared it to the Showtime drama Shameless, about a clan riddled by drug and alcohol problems, which is telling me they're all doing it.
Crazy. Look at that smile on that little baby's face.
I know. The cutest thing ever.
Oh my.
Yep. Indictment says mom used drugs before. So thankfully, at least they finally arrested this woman.
Yeah, hopefully they'll put some type of charges toward the grandmother, since she's the one who legally had custody of the child.
I agree. You got that right, Stacy. You know, it took fertility medication for Andrew and I to have Maria. And it took us about 5 years. And, you know, I know that there's other people like my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. They would love to have kids, but she can't. And then you have people like this who just kill their kids.
Yeah.
When there are people out there that would take them in and love them and cherish them and raise them right. It just makes me sick. Oh.
You know, I mean, this might sound cruel to say, but I'm sorry that the child is gone, but I am glad he's out of that situation, because if he would have lived, he might have turned out the same way. A drug abuser, being around his
Yeah.
mother and grandmother, And like I said, I don't wish any child to be taken out like that by their biological mother. But damn, man.
I know.
Man. Because I know myself very well. If my ex had done something to our child, I'm going to be right there in the jail cell with her. So she downloaded something. The docs. Yes, true crime, Maria, it is unfathomable.
I just don't get it.
They pay the babysitter $30 a day.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Wow, they actually named the grand jurors selected.
Really? They usually don't do that.
Yeah, the grand jurors selected, chosen, and sworn for the county of. Wow.
Oh, well, I've never seen anything like that.
Count 1 is malice murder in the name of and on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia. Charge and accuse Leilani Marie Simon with the offense of malice murder for that the said Leilani Marie Simon in the county of Chatham in the state of Georgia on or about the 5th day of October 2022 did unlawfully with malice afterthought cause the death of her son, Quinton Simon, a human being in a manner unknown to the grand jury at this time, contrary to the laws of the state of Georgia, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Count 2 is felony murder. So a felony in that the accused did make an assault upon the person of her son, Quinton Simon, with an object being unknown to the grand jury at this time. And the accused did, in the commission of this offense, cause Quinton's death, contrary to the laws of the state of Georgia. Wow.
Count 3.
Count 3 is also a felony murder. And it's stating that she did commit the offense of a cruelty to a child in the first degree. In that the accused did maliciously cause her son, Quinton Simon, a human being and a child under the age of 18 years, cruel and excessive physical pain in a manner unknown to the grand jury at this time. Wow. How do they know that if they just got bones?
They might have recovered the skull.
Maybe.
I mean, if they did recover the skull, there might be some evidence there that there was some trauma to the skull.
Maybe. Count 4, concealing the death of another. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because she discarded them in a dumpster. Okay. Falsehoods on October 5th. So, false report of a crime. She willingly and knowingly gave a false report of a crime to the police department by implying that Quinton Simon had been abducted. Okay, that makes sense. Making a false statement.
Now, there's several false statements she made.
Yeah, she admitted that she had left her home in the late night hours to meet her drug dealer. Okay, that makes sense. Count 7 is another making a false statement, stating that only controlled substance of which she was a regular user was marijuana, which they found out later she lied. Count 8 is making another false statement, So they got her on the fact that she made the statement she had used in the past 24 hours was marijuana. So apparently they must have done some kind of drug test on her shortly after to find out what she was on.
They could tell you how much marijuana is in your system and when the last time you smoked marijuana.
Yeah. So counts 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I would imagine the rest of them are all false statements.
So they got her all on these false statements.
They're going to make sure that she doesn't get out of prison.
Yeah. But what got me is the fact that they got 2 felony murders.
See, I don't know how the laws in Georgia work. I don't understand that. I don't understand how they could charge her with 2 counts when it was just one person who died. I mean, think about it. The Delphi, Richard Allen gets charged with 2 counts of murder, one for each separate person.
Right.
So I might have to dig in and find out about the Georgia laws and see how they determine that.
Yeah.
Well, she looks like she's high off her wits right there.
Yeah. And that's the grandmother.
Yeah.
How did CPS not get involved with this if these drugs were going on all the time? Nobody reported it?
Unless there is no report to social services on her for any reason, they have no reason to look into her. Unless somebody, like you said, reported her.
I mean, look at
I do believe Georgia does have the death penalty, Stacy. But this is not a death penalty case.
It's just okay. This is the one that Quinton Simon's mother allegedly beat toddler to death with object after using drugs. So what the heck kind of object that caused serious bodily injury and was anything that you beat a child with is malice. I'm sorry.
And you also got to remember, a child at that age, their bones are not 100% strong enough like an adult. You understand what I'm saying? So if you hit a child with just a belt, you might be able to crack a bone or something in that nature, because we all know when a baby's born, the soft spot on their skull doesn't heal for what, like 2 or 3 years? It doesn't grow in.
So according to the Chatham County Sheriff's Office Juvenile Court Judge Lindretta Grindle Kramer found her in contempt of court and sentenced her to 10 days in jail. Betterton is due to be released on December 22nd.
Yeah, that's just a little petty misdemeanor. And maybe a small fine with it.
But it would be nice to know, because it says it's unclear what she was accused of violating. It would be nice to know what order that was.
Maybe we need to have Angela look it up, because she could look it up because she lives there in Georgia. Their My Case website that they have there.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with this statement. This is not getting any better. It's getting worse every day.
Yeah.
Jail to these people, it doesn't mean anything. They still do it.
Because you think about it, people like that, they know they got a free roof over their head, a bed to sleep in, and 3 hot meals a day. And I guarantee you, if she was a co-kid, she's in there withdrawing like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they probably got her in separate from everybody else, because you kill a child and they put you in jail, they're taking a chance if they put her in population, her end up being found dead in jail.
Yeah, I know. CPS is a whole big thing in itself. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Because people in jail don't take too kindly to babies or children being murdered.
No.
They do not.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Angela. Neglect of a dependent resulting in death. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, but then again, I would imagine they're probably going to have her see a psychologist while she's in jail.
Oh, I'm sure they will, but at this point, I don't care. Oh, I'm right there with Stacy that they need to be taken and put in this city square, and I don't care. Stone.
Like the old days, and watch the public. Let the public watch the execution.
I mean, something's got to be done, because these babies are getting killed way too fast. Way too fast.
Yeah.
And yes, I read this today. Yay, California.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Well, Indiana, move over, because you know they're coming here.
Oh gosh.
Don't know what it is about Indiana, but it seems like Indiana is one of the top states for pedophiles.
Oh, that just makes me want to throw up.
And it's not that it wants to make me throw up. It just sickens me, and it makes me angry.
Oh, True Crime Shannon says she has the redacted. I must have gotten the unredacted.
It's all right. What are they going to do to us? They can't do anything.
I got it off of a website, so.
They didn't seal anything, so.
I agree with you, Angela. I'm glad that he is no longer suffering.
Right.
And he's in Jesus's arms.
He's looking down on his mama right now and say, ha ha, Mom, I got it better than you do.
Yeah, but my brain can't even comprehend what that little boy went through.
Oh, I can't either. I can't imagine.
My brain won't even let me go there.
Cannot imagine. Oh yeah, there's 2 suitcase cases that are out there right now too. I'm reading Verbal Judo.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, Indiana, they do not release grand jury names. That is the strangest thing I've ever seen, is the grand jury names.
I have never seen that before. Never.
Nope. I've never seen that.
Yeah, digital, you're right. They're giving the jury options so that she's at least convicted of something.
Right. I don't see them unless they got proof from what we've read and what we've heard. I don't see no premeditation in this case at all. But we just don't know. Like I said, just from what we read, I don't see no premeditation at all. It just sounds like the mother was so effed up on drugs, she lost her marbles and took it out on him.
Well, and I agree with this. That babysitter loved that little boy. She took care of him day in and day out.
Hey, Polygraph, I'm reading your statement. Alabama just passed the law for chemical castration on pedophiles.
Did they really?
Yeah, Alabama did. They sure did.
It is. It's awful enough of what you did to that little boy, but then to top it off, you had to be that way and throw him in the trash and put him in a landfill. Oh.
Hey, Deb, nice to see you. You know, and oh my God. It's like I said, it's just like she didn't have any remorse or any soul or anything when she just dropped him in the trash can.
She beat that little boy till he died and then threw him in the freaking trash.
What's up, Daisy? It's ridiculous.
Let me at her.
Just like the little boy in the suitcase here in Indiana. No different.
I agree.
Didn't want the child, let the father take him. You know? Hell, I don't even know the family, and I don't even live in that state. Bring him to my house. I'll raise him.
There's plenty of people that would have taken him and raised him.
Yep.
Both of those little boys. Oh.
Yeah, you're right, Shannon. They do not like child killers in jail or prison.
No, ask Gabriel Fernandez's mom how she's doing in jail.
Yeah.
She has not had it easy.
Let me make a statement real quick in regards to Deb. Anybody that's in our chat that's not part of our Facebook group, Miss Deb Slaughter Rawlinson, former co-host of the Crying Shame channel. She has created her own YouTube channel. If I can get everybody in our chat to go over there and subscribe to her channel for me, please, when you get a chance, I should say. And Adam Spencer also has one too. If you can jump over there and subscribe to him also.
I mean, I know Kristen's in here. I know True Crime with Shannon's in here. I know True Crime Maria's in here.
Yeah.
A lot of the other creators and stories like this just kill all of us.
Right.
I mean, I can imagine how hard it is for you to hear this, you know, and other men to hear it. But for me, for a woman who had to fight tooth and nail just to have her babies.
Hey, Deb, if you would put your channel name in the chat so people can see it. You see, that brings something to my attention. My youngest daughter, when she was 9 months old, they found a heart murmur. So they did an ultrasound of her heart, right? Well, her pulmonary valve had started to close. So they had to do heart surgery. Now, when I went through that, I was a complete mess because my daughter was having heart surgery.
Yeah.
You know, thank you, Deb.
Well, and I've went through situations with both the kids in the past 3 years where we didn't know if either one of them were going to make it.
Right.
You know, and
Kristen, prayers always going out to you for your lost son from cancer.
Yes.
I feel you on that one, hon.
I bet you. I'm so sorry, Kristen.
And by the way, if anybody can get a chance after we're done tonight, go to Kristen's channel. She had a really great live last night on statistics when it comes to sexual assaults and all that stuff. It was a really good live last night. I'd like for people to go over there and check it out.
Yes, premeditation can be formed in the blink of an eye. You betcha.
Yeah.
And I hope they do. One of the options is first degree. But I hope in this case, the prosecutor's smart enough to hit her with all the big ones, but also put the lower ones in there too, just in case you got a couple jurors that don't want to convict her of the the highest ones, at least she'll be convicted of some.
Well, they usually, well, I don't know how Georgia works, but I've seen it in Indiana so many times. When it comes to cases like this, just prime example, Kyle Neff.
Oh.
Took the plea bargain for a lesser charge so they would drop the murder charge. See, that's what sickens me.
You'll be learning about Kyle Neff a lot when we talk about Tabitha. Kristen, just ignore Nightbot. I haven't had a chance to fix the thing yet. So you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody ignore that Nightbot, please. She hasn't worked out the kinks on it
just
yet.
the stop spamming emotes part. If you are into protecting the children, I've been covering a big case out of Long Island, New York. Thomas Velva needs more attention. And the ex-stepmom goes to trial in February. I have not heard that one. I'll have to check that out.
Send us that information, Shannon, if you don't mind, please.
Oh, I gotta fix Nightbot. You're naughty.
Yep. I did my share of meth. Luckily enough, I didn't get into trouble. But I knew where I was going if I didn't get away from it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, that was back in the 90s when all that took place. Partying with Bill Clinton's little brother every night.
Well, you know, this is another case that we're going to have to continue to follow and definitely keep track of it when it goes to court.
Yep, most definitely. And like I said, everybody, jump over to Kristen and watch her live from last night. I think you guys would really enjoy watching what her discussion was about. A lot of information that you guys can learn from that episode that she did last night.
I agree with you, Angela. This prosecutor seems pretty awesome. I think she knows what she's doing.
God, Nightbot. Tell attention. I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Oh, good again. That's a new one. Did I break your concentration? Ask spam all you want. Use the emoji.
The Nightbot got a mind of its own.
Yeah, that's funny.
So,
I gotta turn that one off.
You might just turn that Nightbot off, period.
No.
You get that thing under control. Quit doing the drugs, Nightbot.
Andrea says Nightbot has some humor.
Yeah.
Yes. I am glad that they actually took their time to charge her. Instead of just, now it's doing Britney Spears stuff. Oh my God.
Oops, I did it again.
So, yes, I'm glad that they didn't charge her right away. I know that people were angry that they didn't arrest her right away and charge her, but I'm glad that they waited and got it right.
Yeah, got all their ducks in a row before they decided to make an arrest. Zero personality the Nightbot has. But I am glad, like you said, that they got her in jail. Now the question is are they going to do anything with the grandma when it comes to this case?
Exactly, because I think you can't have custody of a child and then just want it thrown out of the house and evicted with the mother. If you're going to have custody of that child, it's your responsibility to take care of that child.
Exactly.
and you failed to take care of that child, and you failed to keep that child away from its mother when you knew that anything could happen.
Right. Was the mother home allegedly the night that the baby allegedly died or drowned in the bathtub? Exactly, Kristen. The grandmother failed him for having custody of him. Nightbot, no, Madonna or Prince.
Does anybody have that answer of was grandma home the night this all happened? No, she was
out of the area.
Okay.
Free bird.
So, like I said, everybody, this one we're gonna have to just
follow.
We have so many trials coming up, you guys. It's not even funny.
No, she was fishing.
In the cases that we're looking into and we've been following, I mean, we're gonna need a spreadsheet just to keep track of them all.
Man, we've got like 6 to 8 cases we're following right now, trying to keep up with.
Is that it?
Right now, as far as I know.
Delphi?
Like 6.
Karina?
Yeah. Tabitha?
No. That one, well, no, I'm talking about they're going to trial.
Oh, okay.
Delphi?
Little
Karina.
boy in the suitcase.
Yes. Then you have
Quinton,
Harmony Montgomery, because her dad was arrested.
Athena's father.
Then on top of it, you have Delphi.
Yep.
You have Keegan Klein.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lot of trials all at once that we're going to have to be covering.
I'm going to predict it right now when it comes to Keegan Klein, because I remember me and you talked about this on numerous occasions when he continued his trial back from September. I said, you watch. Somewhere between October and November, then I changed it from October to January. They're going to make an arrest in the Delphi case. Now, what's going to happen with Keegan again? His trial is supposed to take place in May. Guarantee it's not going to happen because he's still working to get more charges dropped.
Yep. Yeah, and you have the Valos trial that's going to be happening too. So.
Oh, the little boy with the other little boy in the suitcase?
No, that is the one where the boyfriend and the mother, cult mother, burned and buried the mother's daughter and son.
I'm thinking of the one where the boy hadn't been identified in so many years that was in his suitcase and they just identified him.
That's another one, yeah. And yes, Michael Vaughn, that one's going to be, I feel there's an arrest. There was one arrest, so yeah, you got that one too.
Wanda from Missouri says, don't know if the news was accurate, but the daughter was supposed to start paying child support to her mother, and the grandmother was evicting the daughters. I don't see that being a motive to kill your child, though.
Yeah. I think Lonnie was mad about being evicted and took it out on baby Q to get back at her mom in drug-filled rage.
Possible.
Yeah.
What the hell? I didn't turn my camera off. What? Is Nightbot working my stuff now or what?
Nightbot does not work your stuff.
I lost my backdrop again.
That's your user error or something.
Oh boy. The operator is what you meant to say, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you're froze.
I am?
Yep. It's your weather up there.
It's so bad that this morning I had to go give blood, and we got so much ice I could only open the passenger door of the car, and I had to climb over the middle console to get into the driver's seat. And then I literally had to take my shoulder and pound on the door like 5 times before it would open. That's how much ice was on that car.
We got a little, I mean, it didn't snow hard, but when I was taking Blade out earlier today, you could see a few small snowflakes in the air. I'm like, oh, here it's coming.
Here, I got to find something.
Love you too, Shannon. I love all my peoples in my chat.
You betcha. What's that?
Well, who's Letitia Stout?
I was going to ask that because I am not familiar with that name.
That's from Pamela Tate. Shannon. She's already off to bed.
This is my patio door.
Oh.
And this is my garage window.
Where?
Yeah, exactly. See how thick that ice is?
I don't even see the picture. There we go. Oh, yeah.
And then on top of it, this was what my driveway looked like. All ice.
Well, at least you got a tractor.
Yeah.
Good.
We had to use it too. My son had a Christmas party last weekend, and our driveway is very narrow. And 2 of the moms, one tried to go one way, one tried to go the other way. It didn't work. One ended up in the ditch. Husband had to take the tractor out and pull them out.
Hey, by the way, chat, if anyone didn't know, little Marky is a pimp. That little dude is a pimp.
No.
He had a bunch of friends over last week, I guess, was it Friday or Saturday? And it was
Saturday.
all females.
Yeah.
I said, now this little man's a pimp at 13 years old.
He's just ladies' man.
In men's terms, that's a pimp. Today, where are you located at? You got 7 to 10 inches so far.
Deb, I had to go out in that this morning. It took me a long time to get to town and back. Yeah, Jen. I know. I do have a garage, but my good car that my husband drives back and forth to work is on the side, and then we let Maria's boyfriend use the other side of the garage because he goes down to Wausau, which is 30 miles away, and he has to leave bright and early in the morning. So I don't go or drive very often, once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And so my crappy little car sits outside.
Hey, Kristen, I know you live in Illinois, but do you live anywhere way up north toward where you get the lake effect snows from Superior and all that? Because if you do, you're going to be getting it soon too. And Jen Cruz, you also.
Yeah.
Good night, Jackal, and Howie.
But all right, we wanted to come on and talk about Quinton because he's important.
She's in Central
Illinois, Frank. Okay.
Good. At least you're not up there up on the north end of it.
Yeah.
But the next case we'll be covering on Sunday will be Athena.
Yes.
The little baby, I believe, was out of Texas that was killed by her father.
Killed by who?
Her father.
No, she was killed by the FedEx driver.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking that there was another little girl here that we looked at that was killed by her father.
Yeah, nope, that's not that one.
That one really made me sick too. He got custody of his daughter after the mother had passed away, and he ends up killing his own kid.
Oh, that would be a good game to see.
Don't they play Green Bay? No.
Yeah, that's another horrible case.
The Bears, not.
Shut a big garage bag in your driver's door. It'll keep it from freezing shut. Oh, I should do that. Thanks, Jen. Oh, they're playing the Eagles.
You know who Kristen's favorite quarterback is? He's out for the season. She was throwing a fit about it in her life the other night. Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers.
I kind of like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
I'll be fixing that tomorrow. I promise.
Yep, Jen. We're all from Indiana. We're used to that snow. Well, there she goes. Oh, he's so cute. Talk about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh
my goodness. But all right, guys.
My daughter made it home.
Well, she's home for the weekend, isn't she?
She's home for a month.
Oh.
So
Dad, can you make me some chili?
Yeah. No chili for her for a while.
But like I said, guys, we'll be back Sunday evening, same time, same place.
Nope. Sunday is afternoon.
Afternoon. Let me rephrase that. Afternoon.
I think I made it for 3 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. your time.
Sunday, good, because the Colts play at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
See? Oh, Dad. I know. I haven't even seen her yet. She went straight downstairs. I bet, yeah, she made it. I bet you, she's sleeping. So, in a few hours, she'll get up, and then she'll want to watch TV with me.
Cuddle up with Mom.
Yep. Cuddle up with Mom and watch some good TV. But
otherwise, guys,
we love you all.
We've been here an hour. You know we love each and one of you. Anything, anybody needs anything or needs advice or whatever, you know how to get in touch with us.
Yep.
You got any other cases you guys want us to discuss? You know how to get in touch with us.
Yep.
At least a lot of you do. Hey, Kristen, as a matter of fact, why don't you write down our email while we got it up on the screen, because I did get my message from CD to get in contact with you. Where I messaged you from was my own personal email. So this is our channel email if you need to get in contact with us. So.
Okay, Andrea, I will.
Hey, Andrea.
Andrea is on a baking mission.
Really?
All weekend long.
What are you baking, Andrea? Cookies?
Probably.
Remember when I was telling you about Lexi was supposed to make 5,000 cookies?
Yeah.
I had said something to her about this. She said, did I say that? And I said, yeah, you did. And she said, I meant to say 5 dozen.
Oh, okay. That's a lot better.
I was like,
5 dozen versus 5,000 is a lot better.
See, my girlfriend, she's a pagan and she does rituals and all that. She's a good witch, one of the good witches. And she has rituals every weekend. So she's making a bunch of cookies for the ritual tomorrow night. So, and no, they don't do them kind of rituals, guys. No sacraments, no sacrifices, none of that. It's not what they do. People have got the wrong interpretation of what a pagan is. What did you say, Jen? Man, Frank, your head. Yeah, you want my head out of there? There you go. Oh, Grinch. You're making Grinch?
Chocolate chip cookies, cherry chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, Grinch cookies, chocolate covered pretzels, banana bread.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, I got it. When it comes to that stuff, me being diabetic, man, that's enough of the sweet talk, guys. Please.
I love banana bread.
There you go. Yeah. All right, the Nightbot just listed the email that you guys need to go to if you're wanting to order any merchandise from our shop, or should I say Andrea's shop, because she's the one who creates all the merchandise for us. It's right there on the screen.
Yep.
Right here. You guys want to order t-shirts, hoodies, tumblers, whatever else that Andrea has come up with, just get in contact with her through that email and she will set you guys up.
Yep.
Hey, who is that? The F in music. Paganism is natural and beautiful.
Yeah.
But she knows. Don't bring none of that ritual stuff over here. You do that over at your house, then you can come over.
So, Andrea, are you sending me a care package of all these goodies you're making? Just kidding.
Oh, my. I love white chocolate covered pretzels.
Chocolate. Chocolate.
I love chocolate covered peanuts, raisins, ants, all of them.
Did you just say ants?
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
Y'all better learn how to feed yourself if the apocalypse comes.
No, not doing it.
Well,
I have deer, turkey. That'll do it.
I can eat some venison if it's cooked right.
Yep.
I've tried buffalo. We'll never do it again. Never do it again. They made it in the ground like regular hamburgers, so you can make the hamburgers. And what I did is I took a pound of it and was making chili, made the chili, and as soon as I took the first bite, I dumped a whole pot of chili down the sink.
Oh my!
Buffalo is the nastiest tasting meat I've ever had in my life.
I thought everything tasted like chicken.
We're not talking about frog legs or anything. We're talking about buffalo. But otherwise, guys, it's been an hour. Like we said, we want to come on and give you an update on Quinton Simon. We're going to be doing
I am so jealous right now.
What now?
Becky Patty is... Oh, she's at the Reba McEntire and Terry concert.
I talked to her yesterday. It was yesterday.
I would love to see Reba in concert.
Checked in on her and see how she was doing, and see how she was holding up and everything.
She looks like she's having a great time.
I'm sure. Takes everything off the mind when you go to a concert.
But all right, this time we are going to go. I'm going to have to go spend some time with my family.
Yeah, and my girl's coming over too. So, but otherwise, guys, check YouTube for the time. She said it was 3 or 4.
Yeah,
so we'll be back Sunday.
Sure. I'm pretty sure it's 4 o'clock.
We'll be covering up the Athena case, the FedEx. Squish is down. What do you mean squish?
Squish it down. Buffalo meat. I think she's saying
boy, that's just the nastiest. Oh my God, what the after? Ugh. All right, guys, enough food talk. You know what time it is.
Yep. Peace. One love. We love you all. Mwah.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.